Tax season is currently upon us, and the tax code is a huge benefit for real estate investors and the industry overall. So with us to explain more about that, Julio Gonzalez, the CEO of Engineered Tax Services. So great to have you here, Julio.
Thanks for having me here.
So let's start with this. So interesting to see the current tax code encourages business to invest in energy efficiency. So kind of explain how that works.
Yeah, so basically how it works is we have tax codes, federal tax codes, state tax codes that basically encourage building owners to be energy efficient, and they get tax credits associated with being energy efficient. They get tax deductions as well. So it just helps with that investment. You know, return on the investment is much quicker when you have credits and tax benefits associated with making your building more green, I guess you could say.
Absolutely. And this would be on new buildings as well as old ones, like retrofitting them to be more energy efficient?
Right, so every building, whether it's brand new, retrofits account as well.
And opportunity zones, so that's another area for developers to have favorable tax advantages. So first of all, explain what an opportunity zone is, and then what are some of the advantages there?
Yeah, we've always had tax code related to bringing back cities that are impoverished, basically.
Right. Or neighborhoods.
Or neighborhoods,
too,
right. Yeah, so we've always had those, but we didn't have a tax code that basically brought the capital in. So businesses would go there, they would take tax credits, payroll credits, things of that nature, but it wasn't driving the businesses there. Now with opportunity zone, people, you know, the wealthy, the people with capital gains are putting their money into there to actually get a tax benefit, which is the avoidance of capital gains. But the benefit is now we get the structures going in there, which were needed to bring businesses there, right? Without the structures, the businesses don't come.
And by structures, you mean what?
Real estate. So buildings, they, you know, we have these enterprise zones, but you know, if you don't have the buildings, no one comes.
Right, right. So, and these are not just housing. This includes what, cell phone towers, I mean, commercial businesses, all of that would benefit? In
any kind of business, right. So it could be a building, it could be a tech company, it could be a barber shop. So it could be a service company. But the goal there, you invest in the opportunity zone, you bring your business there, you bring your building there. If you stay there for 10 years, you don't have any capital gains when you sell the building.
I see.
Big
so
benefit.
What is the R&D tax credit, and why do so few companies know they're eligible for it?
Yeah, I just think there's a lack of education. The R&D tax credit is the research and development tax credit. It's a refund of labor to companies that employ U.S. labor, and that labor is specifically focused on innovation. So we have that tax credit to compete, to keep jobs here in the United States. And it just, you know, it's one of those newer tax benefits, and there's just not that big of knowledge about it.
So was this part of the tax law that we just saw go into effect, what was it, 2 years ago or so?
It was not part of it, but it was right before it. Yeah.
All right. And this is just for innovative companies that need a tax benefit. It's just encouragement to help them grow.
So it's really labor associated with making a product more, I guess you could say innovative, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then, so what advice would you give to current real estate investors, and then also somebody who maybe is thinking about investing in real estate, maybe growing a real estate business, in terms of making sure that they take advantage of all the tax benefits that they have available?
Yeah, I think you start with your CPA. I mean, real estate is the one investment you get to expense. You can buy stocks, you don't get to expense. Bonds, you don't get to expense. But real estate, you actually get to write off. And under the tax code, you can write off that building through different studies pretty quick. And you can get tax credits associated with making the building energy efficient. You can sell the roof to sell your towers and get that cash flow. You can do historic tax credits. So there's so many tax credits involved with investing in real estate. And it's the one investment here in the United States that you really get those benefits from.
Yeah, no, it's kind of amazing. We had an apartment here, and then we rented it for a while, and I was like, wow, I see why people invest in real estate, because there were a lot of advantages there. It's just a matter, I think, of making that initial investment that keeps a lot of people away, that makes it tough. So,
good point.
Okay, cost segregation. What is that, and how does that work into the whole real estate tax issue?
So when you invest in real estate, you write it off over 30 to 40 years based on the building type. A cost segregation study basically came into play in 2000, and basically it's the ability to break a building apart into components and write the components off separately.
I see.
And much quicker. So basically you're giving an engineering report to the IRS that says it's not a building, it's floors, it's lighting, it's TVs, it's all these things. And those things that are non-structural can be written off immediately under that report.
Okay, so finally, looking ahead, are there any tax issues in the real estate industry that you're looking to, there may be some changes or some proposals that you're keeping an eye on for the next couple of years?
Well, when you're in real estate, tax code changes all the time.
Okay.
So you're always watching it. Usually it comes down to international tax rates. Those are always in play. Congress is always talking about changing it. Senate's always talking about changing it. So
Okay.
everything's on the table at all times.
So bottom line is keep up to date.
Keep up to
Because
date.
there's a lot of changes.
That's
so,
right.
Okay, and that's what keeps you in business.
I guess so. Yeah.
Thank you, Julio, for coming in.
My
Very
pleasure.
interesting.
Thank
and
you.
thank you as well for joining us. We'll be right back.